Alright, so I'm gonna make this video perhaps short just because I'm kind of at the edge of a cliff, but it's also just because it's very aesthetic. As you guys can see, this is not a green screen. In fact, I'll show you guys. Actually, I'll show you guys right now. I'll show you guys after the video just because. And why not now? It's just also the angling for this is very hard, but here, take a look. It's very beautiful. But, okay, now let me try to get the angle on this thing good, because... Okay, there you go. Actually, that wasn't that much of a problem. But hello guys, welcome back to another video. Fate Does here, and we're trying to stay consistent with what we said. I'm not sure if I'm technically disqualified from my monk mode thing, just because according to YouTube, I didn't post for a day and 4 hours ago. So... I mean, this is my second attempt at the second day on my monk mode journey, but I mean, I have been meditating. I just went on a 30-minute walk, and right now, we're just enjoying a nice view. And I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna make a video here. I mean, this is good quality content right here. But it might be a bit dark for some of you guys, because my ring light is on low battery, actually, and it's barely sustaining itself with the color it has right now. It might be turning off anytime soon, fair warning. But yeah, I mean, 21 days, and I'm not gonna lie, making videos consistently that actually matter is quite hard. And well, I mean, that's the point of my videos, is to actually speak about something that is just something of beneficial to your guys' life, or at least some type of wisdom you can gain off it. But today, suppose we're going to be talking about relationships. Yeah, I know this is a cliche one, but keep in mind this is therapeutic for me to just vent out, whatever I have going on in my life. And right now, I am going on through a struggle with my relationship. And I'm not going to go necessarily into depth of who did what, and it's just mainly talking about what I would say to myself and her in the heat of the moment when shit just turned south. So what I mainly have to say is that there comes times where you think about your own future, and I'm always thinking about my own future. I'm always thinking, what am I going to do a month or two from now? I mean, next month I'm going to be taking the police academy test again because I failed the first time. And then, that takes a bit of time. So I'm thinking perhaps I won't get accepted into the police academy until like December. But I'm always thinking, what are you going to do until then? It's such a mystery as to what I'll be doing, because there just hasn't been that consistency of organization. I mean, I keep leaving one job to another just because I'm like really tired of the fact that someone's out there always just making hundreds of bucks. And the way this tangles into a relationship is the fact that sometimes you're so enveloped into actually trying to build yourself, because how are you going to give to someone when you barely manage to hold yourself up? And somehow I've managed to build a relationship in where I'm so disoriented, kind of, or still a work in progress, for better wording, while trying to give to someone else. And I guess that's just a man thing where, the man's always sacrificing more than what a woman would give. But then there's always a side as to where, oh no, woman also, oh, it turned off. Well, if you guys are still going to stick by, thank you. But we're just going to keep going on with the video. But there's also the side where women do a lot, they sacrifice a lot. I'm like, you know what, it's an equal thing. I really do think it's an equal thing sometimes, because both men and women struggle with different factors of society as to where we're forced to do this and this and that, and then look a certain way. And at this point, it's like in my relationship, I always try to tell us both that we can't pick out from society what is most convenient for us and then put it into the relationship and then disregard how us as beings are. And what I mean to say by that is that, as a man, I can't always be expecting sex. And as a woman, she can't be expecting the man to pay for everything just because, the other's a man. And, it's 2023. A lot of people are expected to break that type of stigma already, and that's the only reason why that stigma even existed back then, is because both man and woman contributed to that stupid cycle of, oh, I do this and you do that because you're a woman and you're a man. It's like, no. We can take what we want out of society's rules and make it our own. And for example, I cook most of the time. I'm more of the emotional one and more of a mediator in the relationship sometimes, while my partner has the tendency of being the more lively one, yet the one that's easily more distracted. And there's just always pros and cons to what a person is and what a person brings to the table. And I'm always just, at the end of the day, when I'm alone in solitude, coming to these type of places, I'm always thinking it takes two to make a relationship. It sucks how sometimes, one person is willing to put in the effort at one moment, and then the other is willing to not put in that effort. And then, it's just some type of, discombobulated type of relationship as to where, oh, you don't try at this point or you don't try at this point. It's like, in the heat of a moment where it really matters, I think that's where two people should conjoin to really make a relationship function. And it's difficult because you can come in headstrong and saying, I'm gonna want to fix this relationship, and then the other person will be vice versa. Next day later, other person's gonna be having a new profound will to fix the relationship, and the other one's just given up. And I'm not gonna say who's who just because I don't want to make me or her look like the bad guy, because I'm not even sure if she's gonna be watching these YouTube videos. But this is just to go and show you guys that not every relationship is perfect. I've been having mine for nearly 2 years, off and on, mind you. And sometimes I'm always just thinking it's like the road, my personal road, my own reality as to where I'm building is going to be one where either I pair up with her and forge a new reality as to where we can both coexist harmoniously, or I simply end up becoming a success alone. And sometimes I don't even know which one I want anymore, because I'm a mystery to myself sometimes. I don't even know what I want sometimes. Right now I wish I could be with her, but then at the same time I'm just like, you know what, I don't even want to fight. It's in the moment as to where a real problem pops up, and what you decide to do from there, that's where your intentions really lie. Not after, where you're deciding, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that, let me go back. And it's like, relationships don't work like that. When it gets rough, love is kind, love is strong, love is ever binding. And some of you may be saying, oh, well, what I have may not be love. I don't question that sometimes. Because at least I'd like to say that 2 years going as to where me and her have handled both of our flaws. There's a reason why we've actually lasted this long. And sometimes I even think too, like, oh, is the only common denominator between this relationship or within this relationship, is it just, the fact that we're both in love with each other? No, there's a lot of other things. And I oftentimes just think it's like, well, if that's the thing, then why don't you just break it off? And I'm like, no. Because in the off chance where tomorrow's the last day on earth, I wouldn't want to know that I'm about to die and I had just broken off my relationship with this one person just because we couldn't see eye to eye on a certain thing. That's just bizarre to me. So I always just like ending up I like ending with a whimper, you could say. I try a bit, and then once I see there's no more effort, I just disengage. Because there comes a point as a man, sometimes you push and push and push and provide and sacrifice everything for a woman. And then sometimes you end up with nothing. And that's such a cliche thing now to say in 2023 or the 21st century, because us men are starting to become more emotional. We're starting to become more in touch with our emotions, and sometimes we're just easily disregarded. And mind you, I know I'm only speaking on behalf of men, or some of you men may not even be like this, but I'm always just trying to speak in a general, broad sense. So if what I'm saying you disagree with, by all means, like, this video might not be for you, but for those of you that actually have stuck this far, it's like, you know what I mean then. Yeah, sometimes we may come off as pushy or unwanted, but that's just because I've been learning that a man without a purpose or even someone to love has no meaning. And yeah, that may be a stupid thing to say. Some of you also may be saying that, but to me, I just think that then what the hell is a man for? You look at all the infrastructures, all these other things that men have made, and all those men do it for a specific purpose or for someone. It's like we're strong only to a certain extent, but at some point we need that shoulder to rely on, that the companionship to feel as if we're not alone, and that all that effort that we're putting into is for naught. And I myself have gotten to the conclusion as to where I feel as if sometimes I just don't even want to engage no more if there's just no love. Because love is literally the one thing that I was perhaps deprived as a child. And that's why I go out so desperately seeking it in people, or at least with random people, just talking to them, because just for the split moments amount of time, I start feeling some type of happiness, and then it just goes away. It's just like a little drug for me, you can say. And in relationships, I've thankfully found it to be a source of a dopamine rush, or at least a contemporary happiness for a little bit, and then it just goes away. So if you may be asking, am I happy in my relationship? No. But that's because I haven't made myself happy. This person could perhaps be an even brighter light to me if I stop letting myself consume myself in self-doubt. And at the same time, I'm just like, I'm always willing to talk to people. And so long as my values co-align with theirs, it's like I feel as if I can do anything. And with this person, it's just like fire and water. We literally are fire and water. She's a Leo, I'm a Scorpio. Everyone has faults. She has hers and I have mine. And when it comes down to it, it's just me and her. And when it is me and her, I feel as if I'm always the optimist now to actually make the relationship work. But when it comes down to her, I don't know what she wants. And it's because perhaps she doesn't know what she wants. But at the end of the day, for those of you that actually do have someone that you love, cherish them. Sometimes it's easier said than done, you know, actually wondering what to do on a day-to-day basis. Should I spend money on this girl, or should I even take her out? Should I waste my gas money? Should I actually invest in this girl emotionally? And my advice to you guys is simply, if you feel that way, just try your best either way. Until you see that she doesn't value you for who you are, then just stop. Because only you can chase so much. Make them chase. That's just the way it has to be. If you're trying to break out of a toxic relationship, or one that's just not environmentally friendly towards your mind, then just let it be. And that doesn't mean to say that she's not the one. She just simply doesn't know what she might want in a relationship, or she doesn't know the stability and care of an actual man that actually wants to be with her. And that's fine, because for my viewers that are watching this, perhaps you guys are in my age, 20 to 25, perhaps even 30, or late 20s. That's fine. Supposedly your 20s are meant to fuck up. But if you genuinely do feel as if, you know, yeah, she has a little bit of a toxic side, but she might be the one, then only fight if she's willing to fight in that moment for you. Or if she's willing to grovel for you a little bit. You have to do your own fair share of groveling too, but again, it takes two to tango. Alright guys. Well yeah, this was going to be a short video because most of you perhaps cannot even see my face, but till next time, I'll probably actually make a video tomorrow because I am trying to stay consistent on this monk mode thing. So, by the way, for those of you that don't know what the monk mode that I'm doing, it's really simple. 10 minutes of meditation, 30 minutes of exercising, no alcohol or weed, and my own customization to this monk mode path. I'm trying to make a YouTube video every day, so yeah, we're going to be posting consistently. And yeah. Till next time. Oh shit, I ruined my outro. No. Guys, I know this is cringy, but till next time.